So boys, I'm back with your favorite order flow series setup of the day for July 9th. So I'm going to walk through my plan, what happened during the session, what the best setup was, and that'll be the video. So let's get right into it. This is my plan for today. If we get above 293 and we're supported above it, I want to play long targeting 6323. I'm not interested in any shorts unless 64 breaks plus resists. And then combining with that, as long as the VIX remains below 19.8 to 20, on the VXQ contract, I would expect pullbacks to get bought up. Any sustained moves to the downside, you would need a strong break of that level. So let me show you guys where these levels came from. Now, first off, one thing to note was that yesterday was an inside day. So I had the high and the low marked out. And if I bring my Sierra chart over here, I have an automatic study that actually just marks these levels out for me during the RTH session. So yesterday's high was right around 289, I believe. Let me just double check that. So yeah, yesterday's high was right around 289 and the low was right around 262. So my plan for this session kind of revolves around a breakout of one of those two levels. So either to the upside, a breakout of 289, to the downside, a breakout of that 262. So with those levels in mind, I had a supply zone that was used, marked out from 85 to 91. And to the downside, there was the edge of value to a certain degree right at 64 right here. So really that's where these levels came from. It was pretty much like those levels combined with the high and the low from the inside day, which was yesterday. So for any move, I wanted to not be involved inside of that range, and I wanted to see a breakout that was supported above or below that range we were in. So that's how I formulated my plan. Another thing to keep in mind is that we have FOMC minutes on the calendar. That's going to be at 1 p.m. Central Time for you guys on Eastern Time, obviously 2 p.m. And this is kind of what the market was most likely waiting for this week in general. Whenever you have FOMC, whenever you have something like this, especially FOMC minutes, a lot of the times for any sort of sustained move, the market's going to want to wait for this to occur. So that can kind of explain the lackluster action we had. Monday we had a good range. Like Monday, you got a good range, but unfortunately, I didn't catch any entries on Monday. Yesterday was obviously a very rangy day. I think it was like a 20-point range, right? Right around a 20-point range, 20, give or take a few points. And really just the activity has been the AM sessions have just been pretty lackluster in general. And what I'm saying is that I was anticipating it, but you could have anticipated it too, just by looking at the calendar and kind of seeing nothing on Monday, Tuesday, nothing on Tuesday really. And just like I said, the market likes to wait for, especially something like FOMC minutes, likes to wait for that. So I'm expecting things to be better for tomorrow and Friday. Friday usually gets a decent move in the morning, followed by a pretty dead afternoon and beyond. But who knows? We'll see. But the bottom line is this week has been pretty tough to trade, at least for the New York Open plus an hour and a half, which is the only session I trade. So just keep that in mind. There might be moves throughout the day that I don't sit around for. Every time you guys watch a setup of the day video, it's going to be for New York Open plus an hour and a half. That's just the only time I've traded. That's the only time I trade, is the time window I trade. So that's what these videos are going to be about. But now that we got the plan out of the way, so let me take us over to bookmap here. I'll just quickly mark these levels out. So really we had 289. I wanted to see a breakout sustained above the high or the low of yesterday, like I said, and I kind of matched those levels up with the supply zone above us, and then below us we had the edge of value that was very clear. So anyway, right before we open up, we are trading above yesterday's high right here, and you're gonna see very strong off the open. I was waiting for a pullback already at this moment. After 5 minutes, I was waiting for a pullback into the 2300 I think I gave it 2,300 down to 27, or sorry, 6,300 down to like 62.97 was my area that I wanted to get long in. I did see the CDD divergence that formed right here 5 minutes after the open, but I wasn't confident enough to actually put the trade on right here. So I did not take any trades yet, but the setup that I was waiting for pretty much all morning was a pullback. Since we were above the level that I wanted to see us above, this was really where I was waiting for a pullback to potentially get long. All right, fuck it. I can't even drag this shit out. But anyway, you get the idea. So this is my area. Obviously, we just did not get that at all. Now, one thing that formed. Now, if I look at the depth of market over here, something that I did also notice was that we formed a zero print right here at 6,300 exactly. So for anybody who doesn't know what a zero print is, it's basically whenever you have one side of transacted volume. So there were no offers that hit the bid over here. That's why there's no volume transacted here. All you had was bids hitting the offer, and that leaves you with a zero print on one side. You can see that that's clearly the case by looking at the delta, it's 350. Looking at the volume profile on the bid side, it's 350, nothing transacted on the sell side. So that is a zero print, and a lot of the times the market likes to fill those in. So there were two things that I was really watching for today. The first thing was I wanted to see a pullback into this area that I was pretty much reading as a low volume area at the time. And once we kind of got above this 310, I was like, all right, I'm less interested in it. And that's just with these low volume node setups, like if we trade too far away from it, I'm just less interested in it. And this is, we're kind of developing a thinner profile. So it wasn't exactly a low volume node, but it's an area of low volume. And this is like the only significant area of interest that I had that developed on the session. So I'm just walking you guys through what my thought process was on this. That was the one scenario I saw. And then as soon as I did notice we had a zero print at 6,300, I was thinking to myself, all right, well, I could use that as a way to get short to target 6,300. What would I want to see for that to happen? So really what I was looking for was a high day fail where a lot of volume tried to push us above high day, but quickly got matched with selling volume that took us right below. More info on the high day fail and low day fail coming to my channel soon. But that's what I was looking for to set this up. I was looking for basically absorption at the high day to turn us around to target 6,300. So that was the next thing I had in mind. So here's what happens. Basically, we slowed down for a little bit, significantly slowed down for like, I don't know, the next 30, 40 minutes, and you eventually do get a sell-off. So one thing I noticed was that, by the way, I'm already walked away at this point. I walked away as soon as we just started basically doing nothing for like a 20, 30 minute time period. I was like, all right, I'm out of here. One thing I did notice is that NQ got the high day fail that could have been a potential, well, it was really what I was looking for on ES to take it short, but the setup of the day that I have for you is somehow to get short in this area to target 6,300 zero print. Even then, like, I did not want to get in front of this type of aggression. And with how the session looked early on, like, I was not interested in taking short unless it looked really good. So really the bottom line is that I didn't really see too much this session, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really didn't see too much. There was no pullback for me to get long on. When we did visit this area, it was just too far gone. Like we already transacted this. We already transacted these orders that I was kind of viewing as targets in a way. And I just did not like the idea of trying to jump in front of a moving train and basically taking a short. Although you can see we did end up filling in the zero print and more. And we just basically got a lot of aggression that eventually took us back below the previous day high. And I gotta see, what are we trading at now? It looks like we're kind of just balancing below the previous day high, which was right at 289 currently. So I was expecting today to be better than the week that we've had so far. And I would say that it probably was. It didn't offer me any good opportunity really, but it was definitely better in the sense of like actually moving a little bit. And I guess you could have taken this short. Like I said, NQ did have that high day fail. I don't know what the order flow looked like, so don't quote me on that. I don't know if there was significant absorption or anything like that, but I didn't see a good way to get short to target that 6,300. And on top of that, like whenever we're just slowing down like this, I'm just less interested in trading. I don't want to be caught forcing shit. I don't want to be taking stupid trades. That's, you guys should know by now, that's my whole goal for the summer, is to cement discipline, cement good habits, and trade exactly how I'm supposed to. And I'm trying to hold on to that forever. I'm not trying to ever let that go, because like I've mentioned so many times, like I will trade really well for a certain period. It might be a month, it might be 2 or 3 months. I'll do everything I'm supposed to. I'll have good habits. And then I basically kind of lose it somehow. And I revert back to my old ways of kind of taking lower quality trades or getting impulsive if I stop out. So either way, like this summer has been absolutely fantastic in terms of me solidifying that into my trading, which is my only goal. I don't care about, obviously I want to make money, but I don't really care about anything other than trading exactly how I'm supposed to, because the money is just a byproduct. Everyone kind of should probably know that by now, but the money is just a byproduct of you doing what you're supposed to do every single day. If you guys get value out of these videos, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, like the video. And if you want to join the Order Flow Mafia Discord, it's in the description. Free Discord full of order flow traders. And yeah, with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.